The families of the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks have written a letter to President Biden urging him to make good on his promise to release information to the public about Saudi Arabia's role in the attacks. We all know they were involved, but they're hiding it. These people just want closure. Isn't that what they want? Tell us you have it. You have the report. It says, yes, Saudi Arabia was involved. We can actually pinpoint the people that were involved, and they're hiding this, right?
Yeah, and Biden, I had completely forgotten about the fact that he came out through an executive order a couple years ago and demanded, okay, government, you have to release these files.
Right.
And then he did nothing to enforce it because the government said, well, we're going through them. And these families, now 22 years on, are wondering, why can't we just get this closure? You know, we've laid our loved ones to rest. We've still got the lawsuits, but we need to be able to just know so we know what happened.
Okay, so he comes out and makes it look like he's going to do the right thing, but then there's no follow-up.
No follow-up.
As a matter of fact, all he has to do is call Garland and say, look, you know what? Do something. Release this to the public. We have it. There's no reason you can't release it other than the fact that our military, other than the fact that our weapons industry is making a killing through selling weapons to the Saudis, and that there's the oil problem, and that there's this problem and that problem, and these are our friends. These are absolute dictatorial murderers who actually planned and participated in the murder of 3,000 Americans on American soil. He could do something tomorrow. Garland could do something tomorrow. What they did on this was they shifted. They said, well, no, you know, we've given this to the Office of the Chief Prosecutor for Military Commissions, and it's kind of in their hands. Ridiculous argument. FBI could do something. Everybody in the Department of Justice could do something about this. They could release this tomorrow if they wanted. Instead, they've been hiding it for decades, and it's making it very difficult for the families who were victims to this to recover anything for their losses.
It really is, and I think just the cover-up itself is really the strongest proof that people need that, yes, we are protecting Saudi Arabia. Their involvement was clearly deeper than we know, because we already know that they had the money, they had the training, they did all of this, but it's clearly so much deeper that they don't want us to know, because then the public will demand we cut off everything to Saudi Arabia.
What are the things you remember that you did a story? We both did stories right after the event. 3,000 Americans killed. What happened the next day in that week? What are the things that you look at and you say, wow, this is way too weird?
Yeah, we had no airplanes flying in the United States except the planes that the Bush administration said, go pick up all the Saudis, make sure they're
royal
safe.
Family.
Yeah, get them out of here quietly. Those were the only planes flying in United States airspace.
And this is while they're saying quietly, go get the royal family out of the United States. Go get anybody having to do with Saudi Arabia out of the United States that could be arguably involved here. And at the same time, they're talking about, well, Iraq. You know, the Iraqis did this. We have to attack Iraq. Just the ugliest story. And these families have been fighting for decades just to get the right to look at these documents. Yeah. And you know the royal family, Saudi royal family, is going to be all over it.